Stuart, this is Bob Sinclair.
Yes, Bob.
How best to prepare for one's birthday?
Excuse me?
What is the best way to prepare for one's birthday?
There's a simple answer to that. Just listen to your breathing, be grateful that you're alive, be grateful that you're learning what you're learning in this lifetime, be grateful to God that literally everything around you is a miracle. You know, make a commitment to build an inner life, to recognize the sacredness of life. Understand, that's how you prepare for not only your birthday, for every day you're alive. Making that kind of commitment is essential. Because without that kind of commitment, it's all just, it's even like Rudy Samadhi, well, I'll go, I won't go, people are, there isn't that kind of commitment inside people. But I would suggest, just working on that, doing that, because that will really bring about a miracle of birth, the miracle of what you were born into this life to do. The service that you do, the work that you do, the people you connect with every day. It's all sacred. But it's not sacred if we don't do the work on ourselves to transform our consciousness so that it can recognize the miracle of life around us. Now, this isn't easy to do because we're so conditioned to just take things for granted that we have to truly break down that condition. And we're so conditioned to being victims of life that has to change. That's only that's a mindset that exists in a human being's head. It doesn't exist anywhere else. We're a victim of the economics of life, of relationships, So I think that would be a very good way to approach your birthday. It's a very good way to approach every day of your life. To just spend your time building an inner life that is strong enough to recognize that you live at the center of all creation. You were born into that. And the consciousness has often been lost, excuse me, and it has to be rebuilt. All of that is in the heart. Opening the heart.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Bob. Look, Bob, you do wonderful things in the world. You serve so many different people, helping them with projects, with the films you do, the documentaries you do. Just be grateful that you were given that kind of an opportunity. And, don't ever take it for granted, or don't let people take you for granted. What you do is extraordinary in this life. I mean it. That Rudy movie, the other things you do. Don't let people take you for granted. You don't take yourself for granted. Recognize this incredible gift that God has given you and the way you service people and how you help. And ask for nothing to do it. 3/4 of my books, all my books were published because you designed either the exterior or the interior. I found Cease's daughter, who, is a really professional, graphics artist, so she does the covers now. But you're always involved with the interior, with the, something, and ask for nothing to do it. I mean, this is an amazing gift that you have and that you've given to people. Don't let yourself ever be taken for granted, and don't take yourself for granted. And go into your birthday being grateful to this incredible gift that life has given you. Does anyone else have questions they would like to ask?
Stuart, can you talk about the sky of the heart?
The what of the heart?
The sky of the heart.
The sky of the heart?
Yeah, it's
you have to define your terms, Wendy. I don't know what you mean.
It stems from Nityananda's teaching. So I was wondering if you had like a direct connection with that, or maybe I'm just referring to the open channel of energy.
Well, I mean, I don't know that language, the sky of the heart, but I'm sure so much of my teachings and what I do evolves around, opening the heart. And I'm not quite sure what, Babaji means by the sky of the heart. I don't know what that means. The highest levels of the heart attainment in the heart chakra, it has to have more subtle meanings than, it's too abstract for me anyway. But, you see, we often limit the opening of the heart chakra. And mostly we limit it because of fear and because of insecurity. And we don't allow ourselves the full expression of love. Unconditional. That's probably what he means by the sky of the heart. The full expression of unconditional love for all humanity, all living creatures, for everything. The air we breathe, for being grateful. Yeah, I'm sure that's what he means. It's got to be what he means. I can't see any other interpretation of that. And yet we limit that. Understand, we give from the heart conditionally. We take baby steps towards doing something for other people. And that is not the sky of the heart. That's really a very low-level horizon of the heart. But learning to give unconditionally, learning to serve unconditionally, learning to be grateful for what you do and for what people do for you, learning for that gratitude to extend itself unconditionally inside you, where it reaches, the very foot of God, the portals of whatever's in the cosmos, That's got to be the sky of the heart. And these are very difficult things to learn because people have been so hurt in their life that they're really protective of themselves. Really protective of themselves. And they're willing to give in increments, conditionally. What will I get in return? What will I not? Hey, I will give out of gratitude for my life. I hate to, look, I'll just say something, and this is not an easy subject for me to talk about, but, when Tony approached me to, why don't you have have people make donations for the meditation? I never even thought about doing that. And he said, yes, people should support you and do. So I said, all right, well, put in there that, a minimum donation of $5 would be, And I really put that in there for people who have no money and are willing to stretch themselves for a cup of coffee, you know, that it cost at Starbucks to come to one of these classes. And many people interpreted this as every class costs $5. And I get donations, and it just cracks me up. It's one thing for the donation to come out of somebody's heart. It's another thing to believe that a class like this is worth $5. You know, if the $5 comes out of somebody's heart, I accept it with all gratitude, and it's delicious. But if people, I mean, somebody literally sent me an email. I donated $5. This is for 20 classes. And frankly, if I was charging for classes, which I'm not, I'm just asking people to make donations from their heart. You know, I mean, they'd be $20 a class, $50 a class. I get very rich doing this. Of course, it would chase away half the people that come. And I don't want that. I don't want people to feel they can't come to the classes. So I said, all right, Tony, you know, $5. I never even dreamed that people would interpret that, meaning that the class costs $5. I mean, that to me is extraordinary. It reminds me of, you know, when that woman brought that bouquet of flowers to Rudy and he gave it back to her. And then somebody walked in with a bag of M&Ms and he could not hug him and thank him and be grateful enough for those little candies that this guy gave him. It came out of the person's heart. So it's not the size of the donation, it's, does it come out of your heart? Are you paying, is this Groupon here where you're paying for a class? Or is it, you know, people are here to have a spiritual life and they find a way of giving something. I mean, this is also Nityananda's story, you know, it's that sky of the heart. It's that unconditional love and gratitude. And whether it's $5 or $2,000, it doesn't matter as long as it comes from the center of the heart. That is the sky of the heart, sheer gratitude. And I think this is something we all have to learn. How to give from a place that is just simply gratitude. Whether it's a nickel, a penny, $1 million, it's all the same if it comes from the center of the heart. And I think the sky of the heart is unconditional love, unconditional gratitude, the ability to say, thank you. Not just lip service, thank you, but, you know, offering something. I mean, you can't go to a guru in India without bringing, you know, a bouquet of flowers or a garland of flowers. You got to bring something. I remember sitting with this guy Babaji, somewhere in South, you know, Rajasthan. And I had, you know, and I was getting a lot of teachings from this guy. And a lot of energy, a lot of Shakti. I was there for 3 days, you know, stayed at his ashram. He made special trips just to teach because he saw that I was doing deep spiritual work, to teach in the afternoon. And I said, I got to give him something. I had this beautiful coral Ganesh that was probably worth $1,500 that I was wearing, and I gave it to him. I said, thank you. I said, thank you. I had to give him something to say thank you. Because I received so many wonderful teachings from this man. Rudy once told me, tired of your lip service gratitude, it's all bullshit. He once told me this. You know, I want to see it in your actions. Well, that changed me. And I think when you get to the sky of the heart, this is what we're talking about. Unconditional love, gratitude from the deepest possible area of thank you inside oneself. Not as just a tongue wagging, but, offering something. I mean, when Muktananda was in New York, I couldn't go near him without bringing something, a hat, a sweater, a flower, It was the same way with Rudy. Every time I went to his gallery, I brought a bouquet of flowers, a plant, something. That is the sky of the heart. Thank you for giving me my life. Thank you for making it possible for me to do deep spiritual practice. And boy, I'm telling you, in the evolution of consciousness, it really goes a long way. It really goes a long way. And I don't know what Nityananda's meaning is, but I suspect we're talking about his meaning here. Gratitude that is so deep and profound. Unconditional love. And not only for your teacher, but for your family, people in your life, your whole life. It's what I said to Bob, everything around you, every person is a miracle in your life that needs to be shown gratitude. Does anyone else have a question? Great question, Wendy. It really made me work deep in myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask?
Yes, Stuart, can you talk about like lightness of being?
I just spent 20 minutes doing that. Should I repeat myself?
Okay.
Unconditional love, unconditional gratitude, an open heart, the sky of the heart, all of that creates lightness of being. Without that, there is no lightness of being. Does anyone else have a question? Okay. Okay. If there are no more questions, wow, this was it was an amazing class, and God bless you all. Thank you. This was stuff that not only you had to learn, I had to learn, and this voice out of the cosmos has come to teach this amazing thing that it just taught us all. So bless you, thank you, and let's all live in Nityananda's word with the sky in the heart. God bless you all. Thank you. There'll be a class tomorrow evening, and I'm hoping to see you all.
Thank you, Stuart. God bless you.
Thank you, Stuart.
And happy birthday, Bob.
Yeah, Bob, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Bob.
Happy
Thank you,
birthday,
Stuart.
Bob.
Happy birthday, Bob.